Coming up on this episode of The Village Idiom.
If one animated character could come to life. How long did you talk about that for a while?
Exactly. Have you ever lit your farts on fire?
Dum dum da da. Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to The Village Idiom.
We are a podcast that takes a popular saying and takes a shallow but hopefully comedic dive into its usage, its origins, and etc. But also we'll use it to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark.
And I am Skinny.
How are you, Skinny?
Good. It's been an amazing week. I often think about our directionless conversation and think we're pretty great at having the most shallowest of conversations.
I don't know. We've had a lot of people write in and talk about how much more educated and deep we are.
Really?
No.
Exactly.
No, that is the one thing
Trying
nobody
to
has
sneak
said.
in some education amongst the nonsense.
This is the reality is these are conversations we would have had daily regardless. Now we're just pressing record.
Well, I love shallow moronic conversation.
Do you?
Yeah.
Just kicking the can around.
Well, I think life has already got enough little, challenging, depressive things, and sometimes you just need to keep it light.
Fair enough. Listen to this.
Man, I missed sitting around just shooting the breeze.
There you go. There it is. Sitting around and shooting the breeze, and that's exactly what you're talking about. And it's today's idiom.
Perfect.
Shooting the breeze. Shoot the breeze.
We have doctorates in shooting the breeze.
If only.
Yeah. If they're offering master's
If there
courses.
was a class I could pass.
Well, striking up conversation from nothing, I think is one of my best qualities.
You know, do you know people that when you're having like idle chat, which is the definition of shooting the breeze, just like meaningless conversation, directionless. Yeah. Wow. I didn't even connect the dots when we were deciding on today's idiom that in our intro, I always say to hang our otherwise directionless conversation.
It is directionless.
That's what we do is we shoot the breeze, but loosely hang it on our idiom of the day. Anyway, do you know a person who, no matter what story you might tell, they're the type to go, yeah, well, when I did that, and they always, it's not even a one-up.
I've got a friend who...
Is it me?
No. No, whatever you're going to say, I was just going to add it that I had a friend, so I have a story.
So I do think I am like that. Maybe not to one-up it, but like I've always got another story to tell.
Well,
I've got a friend who, it doesn't matter what, and I'm not referring to you.
I doubt the rest then, because I know you don't have other friends.
It's actually a cousin, but I was trying to avoid saying cousin because they might know who I'm talking about. But I have a cousin.
I've got a sibling
who, no matter what you say, like, oh man, I was gotten a fender bender on the way to work today. Yeah, I was in a fender bender. Well, I can hardly call it a fender bender because
I was so wrapped around the car.
Yeah, like it's always
somehow I managed to get myself out and walk.
It's always just slightly worse or more exciting or better.
Good talking to you, Greg.
To the point of I'm not sure I believe it anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think it's just like a narcissism, or is it a wanting to identify with somebody?
I don't know.
That you're like, oh, I'm part of your club of fender benders. Fender bender. That where you're just, you want to engage in the conversation, so you feel like you have to tell your tale.
Maybe. See, I think I am actually like that to a point. I'm a storyteller at heart, I think.
Right.
And so somebody brings up anything, I'm like, oh, I got one. So maybe it just runs in the family. Maybe I'm just that, but I only see it in him.
You just hate the thing about other people that you dislike about yourself the most.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Who knows? Well,
Yeah.
It's so, like, the worst version of that is when their story is crap.
Oh no, his stories are fantastic.
Okay, I'd give it a pass if it was.
His stories are great. You're just like, no
accurate.
way, what?
But it's one of those things that when the conversation is happening and person X is a conversation dominator, that just wrecks group dynamics.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like you were just like a wet blanket. Well, you know what happened to me? We're not talking about you anymore, Greg.
See, I also cut off people. I don't know if we do that a lot here because we're working together, but I'm always cutting off people. Like, they'll be like,
your story is crap.
Yeah. And if I know them well enough, like mid-sentence, I'll go, how long is this story? How much longer? Should I pay attention?
Okay, well, so this was interesting. I was going to get into this a little later, but it's seemingly a natural segue. As I was doing some research on it, an article from Psychology Today popped up relating to happiness. It says, happy people have more meaningful conversations. So a team did this study, and they found that the happiest person in the study had twice as many substantification, conversations, and only 1/3 the amount of small talk.
And they were happier?
Yes, so that that happiness was equated to people who had
depth.
They were deep talkers.
I don't know.
I know, because you're wired just like me. And people that immediately go to deep conversation, you're just like...
So the people I know...
I need a stool and a rope.
And then can you do me a favor and kick the stool out? I know people who go deep, and some of them are the saddest people I know.
And so the rest of the article goes...
Maybe it depends on what deep means. Like, if every time you go deep, it's the darkness of your soul.
Well, the rest of the particular conversation in this Psychology Today article was related to introverts using deep talk as their... Like, I'm not superficial, so they go for deep things so that they can sit and listen to your... You kind of go on in an
At the end of the article, did it say, and it's opposite day today?
Well,
sorry, I should have been deeper with my comments.
Well, it's like, don't ask somebody how your day was, but like related to specific events of the day. Tell me the thing that most impacted you today.
Yeah,
I know, you're just like.
Although,
let me
as
do
a
my
parent,
my mime for pulling out the
as a
drawer
parent,
and
end of the day, you know, when your
handgun.
kids get to a certain age where, how was your day? Fine. What'd you do? I don't know.
Hey, Johnny, tell me the thing that most impacted you
but
today.
If you can trick them into talking, if you're like, what was the worst thing that happened today? Well, and what was the best thing that happened today? I used to get my kids, just to get to know their class. Here's a little trick for those parents listening out there. Unless you listen with your kids, then they're going to know the trick. So anyway, I used to sit down with my kids at the beginning of the school year, or wait till a little bit of time had gone by, and then go, hey, I got some scenarios to run by you at dinner time. And said, if your teacher left the room and your classroom washed up on the shore of a deserted island, like, you know, they argue that for a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, who is now in charge? Who in your class would now be in charge? And you get to know who they think of as leaders, and you're like, who could never be in charge? And they'll start. You're able to start placing names by just getting them talking.
Is that your introverted way of drawing conversation out of them so that you don't have to talk? Or
it's my manipulative way of getting them to tell me about their school day when otherwise they would have gone, I don't know.
Fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You're not my real dad.
And it's funny. One son, who would be in charge? Me. Who's the funniest? Me.
I know which son that is. Yeah.
And the other one was like, well, I think it'd be Andrew. He'd be totally analyzing everybody.
Yeah. I know the answers as to which sons are rich in that. Well, it's just funny that because I, not just like all shallow all the time, but I would sooner go like 80% just nonsense that makes me like laugh and enjoy life.
I'm with you.
And that if along the way we naturally trickle into something deep, then so be it.
Well, because I think that study must be skewed a little bit, because if you just talk women versus men, not to stereotype, but I'm going to for a second.
Yeah.
Women versus men, like the conversations that women will have with each other. I'll get home sometimes and get asked, hey, when's Skinny on vacation right now? I have no idea. Did you see him today? I can't remember. Well, the last time you talked to him.
Are they really your friends?
Are they going away? Is his family going away? I don't know. Well, and then when you are away, where did Skinny and his family go? I have no idea.
We don't talk about that stuff.
We don't. What did you talk about?
But,
we were trying to nail down who, if one animated character could come to life. How long did you talk about that for a while?
Exactly. Have you ever lit your farts on fire?
Exactly.
Well, it's okay. So the part that I find just
we had a Nerf gun war.
Drives me mental with deep talk as opposed to just shooting the breeze. The deep talk is like, why do you want this information for? So if I could tell you the deepest depth, how was your day? Well, my day started off with such and such and so and so and so on and so forth, and I'm just like, boom, I'm lost.
Right.
I'm like, and what are you gonna do with this? Like, does this information have any value?
Maybe it's just that I'm narcissistic. Because
how does this impact me?
yeah, like if I'm going to go into a deep conversation, I feel like I'm the listener. There's a few people. We've had some deep conversations where you've actually pried open my soul and we've shared family stuff and whatever, right?
Right.
But typically, like, first of all, going back to the happiness thing, fun is a big factor. Like I'm like you, a mile wide and shallow and tons of fun versus
every once in a while there's a real deep pocket.
I can't laugh right now, right? Because you're going.
I'm incapable. You don't get it.
Okay, I won't laugh at this. Can I make a joke yet?
Is it too soon?
Is it too soon?
I'm telling you right now. This just happened. I'm bearing my soul. I know, but I got a good joke about that.
Exactly.
Well, it's a quality I appreciate about you, that, the ability to see the lighter side. And so every once in a while, but it has to naturally come there. And I'm like, why? Why bare your soul that way all the time?
Right.
Because if you were like every time bearing your soul, I'd be like, man, Mark used to be one of my good friends.
Now I lock my door.
Well, it just drives me crazy.
Totally, yeah.
It's that maybe it's just me, but that person, that Facebooker, or that person who's just everything, good, bad, and ugly. Oh, it's just like, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, but they're happier.
Yeah, by themselves. But I don't know. So anyways, yeah, so maybe that's a little too much.
I do appreciate that I can
but
come to you. We could have a shared tragedy.
I look forward to
and
them.
there's you look forward to our shared tragedy. And there's it could have been 5 minutes ago, and I probably could make a joke, and you'd be like, all right. Like
the ability in the moment to see how this doesn't have to be full sadness.
Right.
We're going to laugh at this in 6 months. I know it's right now.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Yeah. That's good. Well, I was working on something so that how to communicate with people who do sign language for Shooting the Breeze, and I looked it up. So the sign language for Shooting the Breeze.
Are you about to do sign language for an audio podcast?
Yes. So you'll have to describe it. It's
all right. He's got his pointer fingers up like he's got two pistols. He's blowing right into my face, but miming that it's blowing off the barrels of his 6-shooters.
I'm shooting the breeze.
Oh, his breath is the breeze.
I'm generating breeze with my mouth, and I'm shooting it.
Is that actually the sign language?
No, not sign language. This is sign language. I'm sorry.
Let's do the rest of the podcast. It's American Sign Language.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun podcast. Challenging.
I bet you there's a YouTube video called Shooting Febreze.
Like Shooting Febreze?
Febreze with an F. Yeah, so no, like target practice using Febreze bottles with a 22 or something.
That's funny.
Shooting Febreze.
Nice. I
should have made a joke.
The sign language one was my joke, so
we're off and running.
Well, why don't we get a bit into where all of this comes from?
Well, I don't mind if we do.
I said some words, where'd they go? Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind. Those words came from another mind. Origins.
I need to make a comment about our Origins jingle. So last week, I talked to you. I talked to Skinny off the air. I said, you know what? We've been doing our Origins jingle for almost a year. And it's a little long. It's got to be annoying people.
We like the break. Just a little mental if we had water.
Yeah, we're doing this all live. Right. That jingle is not done in post later.
No, that's happening.
We're actually taking a breath while that plays. If you're watching on YouTube, you usually see us air guitaring the guitar solo at the end. But 1 week taking a break where I just played just the Origins. Yeah, that's all I played last week. Yeah, the messages came flying in. You bozos, where's our song?
There's one thing we liked about your stupid podcast.
That's all we tuned in for. So it's back.
Okay, good.
If you find it annoying, let me know. Otherwise, it's back to stay.
So where did this come from, actually?
Well, I'm going not just back in time, but I'm going back to the etymology of...
Speaking of back in time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Did you hear me say it earlier?
No.
When you came into work today, I'm like... I literally Googled Marty McFly and showed one of my coworkers, And they're like, oh, yeah, that joke's already been said. And I'm like, no, that's why I didn't come and say it to you.
I've got a wicked red vest on.
Yeah, he's got the exact orangey red.
What's up, Doc?
That's Bugs Bunny.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, if you had a jean jacket underneath that, you'd have a Marty McFly going. So,
hello, McFly.
hello. Okay, I'm going back to the etymology of the word breeze, not the whole idiom. So it actually came from Old Spanish capita.
Is that Greek or Spanish?
It came from Old Spanish and Portuguese. Brisa doesn't just mean wind; it means a northeastern wind. And so that was like 16th century. Brisa. Go ahead, say it.
Brisa.
See, you like it.
Or a fake one is a faux brisa.
Fabriza. Smells nice.
It's very nice. I like.
So that's the word breeze. Shoot the breeze, as an idiom, originated in the good old US of A. One funny theory that I came across is somebody thought it came from, this is the word they use. I had to look it up. Do you know what a campesino is?
No.
It's maybe if I use it
is
in
it
a
like
sentence.
1/3 coffee, 1/3 milk, 1/3 foam?
Something like that. When you drink it at camp. One theory was that it came from campesinos shooting guns randomly into the air. So picture like Old West movie, Latin Americans or Mexicans, blah, blah, yay, yay, yay. Now I'm in trouble. But yeah, bang, 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 into the air, shooting the breeze. I'm like, I actually like that theory, but it's false. But it works. The idiom shoot the breeze came into use. Here's a funny thing. So it came into use early in the mid 1900s in the U.S., and every source I could find digging into this, and I went through a lot for one purpose. Every single one of them says this was first recorded as being used as an idiom in 1919. But none of them, not one, said recorded in what? Like an article, a novel, a poem. Not one of them. So I just kept, and then I got more specific with my searches. No idea where it was first recorded other than everyone saying 1919.
Did you come across the 1908?
I did, but with different words.
Right, shooting the bull.
Shooting the bull. And I wasn't sure whether we would just come across that one later, but it has the same meaning, shooting the bull.
Yeah, well, there's we're not language expliciter type individuals, but shooting the bull crap.
Yeah.
And so the shooting the crap.
It wasn't that. It was just shooting the bull.
Shooting the bull.
Which is interesting because, we would probably associate it with shooting the bull crap, the BS, but it's just shooting the bull. Like, that had to have a different origin. Like, if you're shooting your bull.
Or the guys who put the bull, like, put the sword in the bull's head kind of thing. Guys.
Matador.
That's the guy.
Yeah, shoot the bull. Okay, here's a real story.
Okay. I know a guy.
See, this is what I'm doing. You bring up shoot the bull. I've got a better story. This is a real story. I've got not the same cousin, but I've got cousins who live in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and growing up, some of them were just farm and barn and rodeos, and I have cousins that are bull riders, rodeo clowns, all of the above. And wasn't them, but friends of theirs, just, kids just do stupid things, and you ask them, why'd you do that? I don't know. Like, they just do stupid things. Well, out there, they're like driving trucks and shooting guns at like 12 years old, right? So anyway, they were, these two friends of theirs were out and shooting their rifle, and they come across a bull. Not their own, not their father's bull, like a neighbor's farm bull. And they put a round through its ginormous football-sized Sacagawea.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and that thing went, the way they tell it is it went literally cross-eyed like a cartoon and just tipped over straight-legged, just like, bam. So,
oh, no, in the goodie bag.
In the goodie bag. And so, long story short, the owner comes out and does shoot the bull, has to put him down. Like, there's no coming back from that. I'm sure it was a relief to the bull. And
that's terrible.
And their father had to purchase, which is a massive deal, had to purchase a new bull.
$6,000.
Yeah. Purchase a new bull and, grounded for life kind of situation.
I have seen a live matador.
That's shooting the bull. You've seen a live matador?
I've seen a live matador.
Were you in Spain?
No, I was in Mexico.
Okay.
In Cancun for my anniversary.
So, more for tourists.
Yeah, no, it was dead.
Wow. You saw a legit bullfight.
Bullfight. well, there's no real fight because it's kind of a one-way situation.
Yeah, very few.
It was one of those. It was
turnarounds.
one of those. Yeah, it was. It wasn't. That's not good. It's not a good thing.
Good story.
Where the story ends poorly. It's exactly. TV is accurate. Bull runs around. Guy in
Red cape,
tight pants,
black vest.
does his thing. Voila, voila, and yep. A series of swords, not just like one sword killer.
Oh, no.
It's like one in, and then and away he goes, and then the bull comes at him again, multiple, and then finally it dies, and then it gets picked up by a front end loader, and then and then taken off. I'm sure I ate it for dinner that night.
I wonder what they did prior to the front end loader technology.
Front end loader, having. It must have been some sort of cart situation because it's got to weigh a couple thousand pounds. But anyways,
yeah,
you've
witnessed one.
Was it
stomach churning, or were you kind of into it? Like,
no, it was like, it's one of those like, why did you do that? Like, because if people didn't go and see it, then they wouldn't offer it.
fair enough, yeah,
But because it was being offered, it was like, I'm never going to see this again.
right.
And so
yeah.
then I was like compelled to go.
I'm sad to admit I'd probably want to see it, but would be
Right.
just as happy if I found out tomorrow they were never happening again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So talk about stories that
Shooting the Bull,
trail
Shooting
off-
the Breeze.
trail off poorly.
So 1919, who knows where it was first recorded? Breeze obviously is technically a light wind, but at one time it was slang for a rumor. So if
Empty talk a lie.
if a rumor was running about, it was a breeze. So that probably has something to do with it. There's a lot of probablys in the origins of Shoot the Breeze, but probably was in the origin of that idiom. And then empty chatter often involves repeating rumors and gossip, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, you're shooting the breeze. There was also a saying that was originally referred to as talking into the wind. The idea is if you're talking to the wind, your words just blow away. It's meaningless talk, idle chatter.
Mm-hmm.
You talk, it's gone in the
Do you think
wind, no
this
big deal.
Has some relation to being a windbag?
Interesting.
That someone is just a bag of wind, that they're the breeze.
You're shooting the breeze
shooting
out
the-
of your face.
Yeah, you're a windbag.
You're a windbag. Huh.
I don't know.
Send in the windbags. Interesting.
Yeah, so it could be one of those things that the breeze blower is actually a windbag.
All right, here.
Sorry, I get paid to shoot paintballs, honey, not the breeze.
Isn't that a great line?
What's it from?
Okay, so
Paid to shoot paintballs?
I'm paid to shoot paintballs, not the breeze.
I don't know what this is from.
So the actor is Sawyer. I can't think of his real name. I should have written it down. The guy who plays Sawyer in Lost.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Hathaway? Josh Holloway?
That
Hathaway?
sounds right. Yeah.
Holloway?
So he makes a little cameo in Community. I don't know if you've ever seen their paintball episodes.
No.
There's a series of them.
Okay.
Where it gets just like
funny.
Old West and deserted town playing paintball.
One of the most recent Shooting the Breeze things that it was fantastically epic was in the season finale of The Mandalorian.
Okay.
And
The two
the
stormtroopers?
two stormtroopers, that opening 5-minute
Out on
sequence.
their speed bikes. What do you call them? Speeder bikes?
Oh, it was so amazing. It was very like just two idiots.
So that was one of them. Oh, what's the actor's name?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Jason Sudeikis.
Yes.
That
Who
back
is
and
now
forth.
on his Wikipedia page says has punched a baby
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not good.
because of that scene.
Oh, that's so I could just see the two guys just going at it.
Yeah,
just
you could tell there's ad
Come on,
lib
man.
there.
You know, I want to. Let me see it.
You just want to see the baby.
I'm not gonna show you.
You've already seen it.
Well, it's just going by.
It was a great scene. They're just shooting the breeze, and they left it.
It hasn't moved.
That scene is so long.
You've punched
and
it. You punched it pretty hard. You just want to see the baby.
Fine.
Fine.
And then they
There it is.
pull out their blasters
Oh,
and they
they're-
start doing target practice, and they miss every time. That's the longest nothing scene.
But
That's like the
it's
equivalent
nothing.
of shooting the breeze on film and keeping it in.
But they would take like a big epic action thing, their big finale, and waste like 5 minutes on nothing.
Yeah.
Is Shooting the Breeze.
A friend of mine put on his Instagram just a still shot of the two stormtroopers on their bikes, and he just put, "These two need their own show."
Exactly. Like
Can you imagine
Ace
a
and
sitcom
Gary.
with two stormtroopers? Like, come on.
It'd be
It'd be like
good for an episode.
like sharing
anyway.
a dorm room kind of situation where like, oh man, it was a crazy day.
Wouldn't believe. Palpatine was-
Turns out those weren't the droids we were looking for.
I got in a lot of trouble for that. Yeah, so that is actual modern Shooting the Breeze, if you needed a visual for it.
Postmodern.
Postmodern Shooting the Breeze.
Well, actually, no, it's historic. It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Well, there you go. Is it current or is it history? No one knows.
Okay, well, here we go. Are you ready to play a little game?
I love me a game.
We have a little game we like to play called Riddlink, and it is a 2-part trivia-based question and requires a 2-part but overlapping answer. Yep. And I'll give you a little example by telling you about last week's. Last week, our idiom that we talked about was starting from scratch. And so we ended up going with your version of this Riddlink, and I don't have that written down, but we had the same one. The gist of it was if you had to go back to the beginning with no preparation with PlayStation's Lombax and Zony Robot. And the answers came flying in. People know this one. It was starting from scratch and Ratchet and Clank. So starting from scratch it and wow, starting from scratch it and Clank. There you go. Video game. Ratchet and Clank. So that's how it works. And I got a couple for today. You got a couple for today?
I got a couple. Let me get going.
Okay.
Just to I'll give you my warm up and then head you into something a little trickier.
We shall see.
A risky venture or gamble while empty talking about nothing.
A risky venture or gamble. So I'm going to end it with shooting the breeze. Shoot. Crapshoot. Crapshoot the breeze?
Crap shooting the breeze.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's good. Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
This slang word meaning detective is also an idle conversation.
It's a gum shooting the breeze?
Yeah, that's it. Gumshoe.
It's a gumshoe. Well, perhaps one of our village-legitimate children will be able to chime in on this faster than you. Let's see if they can do it.
Okay, give it to me.
Okay. To have meaningless chit-chat as an iconic CoverGirl slogan.
Oh, this is fun. I gotta think about this. Shooting the breezy shooting the breezy CoverGirl.
Yes.
That's
nice.
hard. Because it's easy breezy, right?
Yeah, so
easy breezy beautiful.
Wow, that's it. I was
Shooting
just going to
the
explain
breezy
that.
beautiful CoverGirl.
So yeah, the slogan didn't have CoverGirl on the end. It's easy breezy beautiful.
Okay.
And then but all the commercials things that we remember as kids is easy breezy CoverGirl, but it's easy breezy beautiful. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, shooting the breezy.
Shooting the breezy beautiful CoverGirl. Or some version there.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, I got
Good
one
job.
more that I'm going to leave for the whole world.
Well,
the
let me
whole world, Skinny.
Let me tell
all of them.
Let me tell the entire
Whole
entire
world.
galaxy, the world, whoever's listening,
and Baby Yoda,
how to get a hold of us. You can reach us at the.village.idiom on Instagram, or the Village Idiom Podcast at gmail.com, or via Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter at 3 Minutes Gone.
Perfect. Well, here is my Riddlink for everyone else. To have a meaningless chat about the song that Diana Ross and Michael Jackson sing in The Wiz.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you know it?
No, I'm trying to assemble pieces of it in my mind, but we'll leave it for all of our village children out there.
Beautiful.
So glad to be really back into the swing of it for the new year.
2020, baby.
It's very exciting. Our guests are coming in. We're starting to coordinate that now, so we'll be able to introduce some new guests soon. We're excited about that. I am Skinny.
I am Jurassic breezy CoverGirl Mark.
And these are the Village Idioms.
And now we just shoot the breeze.
That's 3 minutes gone.